Hey guys, this is Ostadi and welcome back to Comic Space. And again, today we have quite a major update, one of the major update of this past week, and it has been all over the place that officially Denzel Washington, officially after a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors in the rumor mill, Denzel Washington have finally joined the MCU. As it looks like he's going to be joining the MCU with a completely brand new role, with Ryan Coogler being back on writing the third Black Panther film. So what that exactly means and what the implication of this casting may be. So again, of course, we have a lot to talk about with Denzel Washington's addition to the third, and which again could be the final chapter in the Black Panther trilogy. So again, this update has been all over the place. You guys probably have heard it. Denzel Washington have confirmed that Ryan Coogler is writing him in role for the MCU's Black Panther 3 right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that Ryan Coogler will be writing in completely brand new role out of scratch. It will be of course in character from the comics, which again we don't know too much about it, and given the fact that Ryan Coogler just got on to writing it. So, and of course Ryan Coogler have went on to sign a major deal with Disney with a multiple projects deal for Marvel Studios for Marvel animation, even with the Eyes of Wakanda coming up next year in live action Wakanda centric series that we are supposed to be getting sometime in future, and of course the third installment of the Black Panther trilogy. So again, Ryan Coogler is of course one of the names that Marvel Studios would like to collaborate furthermore and move forward and leading up to the Multiverse Saga, with of course Anthony and Joe Russo coming back with Destin Daniel Cretton and of course Ryan Coogler, which of course all of these guys are developing different sides of the MCU right now, with the Multiverse Saga, with the Wakanda centric, and with all of the things comes on the other side as well. So when we are talking about Black Panther 3, and again now it is been confirmed that it is under the development and Ryan Coogler is writing it right now, so it does means it is in the very early stages. So again, if Denzel Washington have come out and stated that he is going to be part of Black Panther 3, it is one of the things that they have in mind. They know the concept and how they're going to move forward with that film. And again, given the fact that he is still writing it, it does means the script might go through a lot of iterations, and I think given the nature of Marvel Studios, and recently especially we have seen a lot of reshoots with of course Captain America Brave New World, which again they also went on to scratch the whole Daredevil Born Again series and renew the whole thing, but again that is a completely different thing within completely different scenarios involved. So again, I think when you're talking about Black Panther 3, it has to be in the Mutant Saga, because there's no way that film is going to be part of the Multiverse Saga, which again I think we have talked a lot about. Marvel Studios priority number one right now is Avengers films, Doomsday, Secret Wars, and the Multiverse Saga. They are wrapping up the whole thing with, of course, we are going to head into the last leg, and in the last phase of the Multiverse Saga, when the Fantastic Four first steps comes out, we are going to head full heads on. Early as possible, it has to be around Secret Wars, which again could be 27 or running up to 28, which again I think it just makes sense given the fact Marvel Studios have a lot of things to do with the Multiverse Saga let alone, and given the fact they are also running behind about 1 to 2 years from their initially decided schedule for the whole Multiverse Saga, which was originally supposed to be wrapped by 2025, possibly 2026, but now they have gone all the way up to 2027. And again, when you're talking about wrapping up the Multiverse Saga and setting up the Mutant Saga, we have talked about this in reboot of some kind, and soft reboot is very much expected from Marvel Studios when everything is well and done with the Secret Wars. But the aftermath of Secret Wars, which is going to be the one of the interesting things to look out for, when X-Men and the Fantastic Four will officially be joined into our main 616 continuity, and how that is going to be working, especially if they're actually going to be retconning the history that we have seen throughout the MCU and that Marvel Studios has been able to build throughout the years. Are they going to retcon that? How they are going to fit all of those elements coming when all of these characters coming from completely different universes? Another very interesting part of the soft reboot that we're expecting is that Marvel Studios might be able to reintroduce a lot of the Infinity Saga characters, even with Iron Man, Cap, and of course T'Challa could be coming back. It is quite evident that where we are headed, it is pretty much with T'Challa's sons. He's probably going to leading up to getting up that mantle. But again, there's a quite chance, which is I'm not really kind of counting on it. I will think this is going to be very unlikely, given the fact that they have very evidently set that up already in motion with T'Challa's son leading up to getting that mantle up, which again it really could be he in his very early days he probably can get up to that mantle. which is again, it is just in pretty much in logical storytelling where you are going to head up with all of those things. But there is also that fact which again has been part of the rumor mill, which I do believe that is quite unlikely to introduce all of those characters with new faces, especially the characters of Tony, Steve Rogers, and possibly T'Challa, which again, you can do a lot of things when you're within the Multiverse Saga and you're exploring a lot of alternate storylines. It makes sense. But if you're talking about our 616 continuity, which is after Secret Wars, is pretty much going to be very much likely to be as much as the comic 616 continuity. Shuri obviously holding up the mantle right now, and again, she does have a long way to go with that character, of course, with the mantle of Black Panther. And obviously it makes sense that Marvel Studios is going to start planning what the early stage of the Mutant Saga is going to look like when we are just about to wrap this whole thing up. So I think it is time for me to see you guys off on this one. I'm so glad that you guys got the time to hear me out. Thanks for listening to me. This is your host Adi signing off. See you in the next one.